The Oculus Rift is here, Pandora gets a new CEO, Instagram users get needy, and more. It's Monday, March 28th, and this is Crunch Report, presented by Toyota. It feels like we've been talking about Oculus for a long time, especially after the virtual reality company was acquired by Facebook for $2 billion a couple of years ago. Today, however, it's finally becoming more than a developer kit, with the first version of the Oculus Rift shipping to consumers. In fact, over the weekend, founder Palmer Luckey delivered the first consumer-grade Rift himself. That also means we have the first wave of reviews that have hit. Lucas Matney tested the device for TechCrunch, and his verdict was similar to other reviews, namely that the Rift is impressive, but maybe not ready for everyone to buy. Lucas does think that everyone should at least try it out, and he said, quote, "The Oculus Rift is a crazy device that is more than the sum of its parts. As the first consumer high-powered virtual reality headset, it deserves props for just existing, but incredibly it manages to kick ass as well." There's a new boss at Pandora, Tim Westergren, who founded the streaming music service back in 2000 and served as its CEO from 2002 to 2004. He replaces CEO Brian McAndrews, who's leaving the company. This move is part of some broader changes in Pandora's management structure. For example, Mike Herring is becoming president and chief financial officer. Pandora has been having a tough time with declining user numbers and disappointing revenue guidance in its most recent earnings report. The New York Times has also reported that the company has had preliminary talks to sell itself, though nothing concrete has materialized yet. Instagram users, are you ready for the switch to an algorithmic feed? Well, brands and other big accounts are getting ready for the change by asking users to turn on post notifications, which is understandable. If you've built up a big following, you don't want to suddenly disappear from people's feeds once Instagram stops showing every single post from every single account that someone follows. But nudging users in this way might not be winning everyone over. In fact, it's gotten bad enough that we're seeing Instagram posts that are pushing back against the not-so-gentle nudging. It's also spurred Instagram to put out a statement of its own saying that, quote, "We're listening and we assure you that nothing is changing with your feed right now. We promise to let you know when changes roll out broadly." When Kanye West released his new album, The Life of Pablo, he said that it would never be available on Apple and that the only place you'd be able to get it was streaming music service Tidal. Has he broken that promise? Not exactly. However, one of the album's tracks, Famous, is now available on Apple Music, Spotify, and Google Music. So people who aren't subscribing to Tidal can at least get a taste of the new album. And yes, in case you're wondering, that's the track where Kanye disses Taylor Swift. Anyway, this seems to be par for the course when it comes to the rollout of Life of Pablo, which was supposed to be Tidal only before Kanye made it available for purchase on his own website, then pulled it down again temporarily. I have, however, heard that the album is great. While Dell is best known as the maker of computers and servers, obviously, it also operates an IT services division called Dell Systems. Well, Dell Systems is being sold to IT company NTT for $3.05 billion. Apparently, Dell needs the cash to fund its $67 billion acquisition of EMC. Of course, $3 billion seems like a drop in the bucket compared to the EMC price, but rumor has it Dell was actually hoping to get more money, like $5 or $6 billion. NTT, meanwhile, is looking to expand its client base into new regions, and Dell Systems gives it a footprint in the North American health sector. That's the report for today. I'm Anthony Ha. Crunch Report airs every weekday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific on TechCrunch.com. You can also find us on iTunes and on YouTube. See you tomorrow.